Love is supposed to bring happiness, right? It's supposed to make you feel safe, secure, like you finally belong somewhere. But what happens when love puts you in an impossible position? When being with the person you love means breaking the hearts of the people who raised them? What if choosing love means being cut off from family? What if choosing family means abandoning love? What would you do? I never thought I'd be in this position. I never thought love would come with a choice like this. But here I am. And right now, I don't know how this story ends. 2 years ago, I met B in an online game. At first, it was nothing serious, just a fun distraction from everyday life. But soon, something changed. We started talking more, not just about the game, but about real things, our lives, our dreams, our fears. It became clear that this was more than just an online friendship. We spent hours together every single day, and I don't mean that lightly. Every single day, we were in voice chat. If we ever skipped a day, it was only because of something unavoidable, like travel or family obligations. But otherwise, B and I made sure we were part of each other's daily lives. Even when we weren't playing, he would stream games for me while we talked. It became our routine, our safe space, a place where we didn't have to pretend, where we could be completely ourselves. And as time went on, one thing became undeniable. We loved each other. People always say long-distance relationships are difficult, that they don't work, that eventually the distance becomes too much and feelings fade. But for us, the distance didn't matter. It never felt like a barrier. If anything, it made our bond stronger. We had a plan. First, we tried for B to get a job in Europe. That was our ideal scenario. But when that didn't work out, we made another choice. I would move to India. I knew what that meant. B still lived with his parents, and as their only child, he had responsibilities to them. And by choosing to be with him, I knew I'd be choosing that life too. I didn't mind. I was ready to embrace his world, his culture, his traditions. I knew that in India, family plays a much bigger role in marriage than in my country. I knew that as a foreigner, I would have to prove myself. But I was willing, because when you love someone, you make sacrifices, you find a way to make it work. B wasn't a traditional man. He had studied abroad, worked with foreigners, and thought differently from his parents. He didn't expect me to be a typical Indian wife. We both had good jobs. We both wanted a family one day. We both agreed that I'd keep working after having kids. We had it all figured out. Or so we thought. And then, everything changed. B's father needed heart surgery. It was supposed to be routine, but there were complications. And in his moment of fear, when he thought he might not make it, he made a decision that changed everything. Lying in that hospital bed, he called a family friend, and he asked that man to marry his daughter to B. Yes, just like that. No discussion, no warning, no consideration for what B wanted, just an expectation. B was blindsided. He refused immediately. He thought that was the end of it, but it wasn't. It was just the beginning of something worse. When B got home, the real battle began. His parents were devastated. They couldn't understand why he would reject the proposal, why he would even consider marrying a foreigner. His father told him something that shattered his heart. If you do this, we don't want to see you again. Just like that. His own father was willing to disown him. Over me. His mother barely spoke to him. His father. It was like B didn't exist. Every meal was eaten in silence. Every interaction was cold, distant. He told me that sitting in that house, the place he had called home his entire life, suddenly felt like being in exile. I can't imagine how painful that must have been, knowing that the people who raised you, the people you love, are shutting you out. But B didn't give up. He tried to fix things. He tried to explain, to make them see that our love was real. He had long conversations with his mother, trying to reason with her, but every conversation ended the same way. It won't work. You're ruining your life. What about us? And then, the worst happened. After another painful conversation, his father clutched his chest. On the way to the hospital, he passed out. It was a heart attack. He was in the ICU for more than 12 hours. And B, he was shattered. Imagine the guilt, the fear, the unbearable thought that maybe, just maybe, his love for me had cost his father his life. And now, we're stuck. If I go to him, will I be the reason his father doesn't make it? If I walk away, can I live with breaking my own heart? I respect traditions. I understand arranged marriages, but B is 36. How can he be forced into a marriage he doesn't want? How can love be seen as a betrayal? We have no way forward, no way back, and I don't know how to fix it. And now, we're stuck. If I go to him, will I be the reason his father doesn't make it? If I walk away, can I live with breaking my own heart? I respect traditions. I understand arranged marriages, but B is 36. How can he be forced into a marriage he doesn't want? How can love be seen as a betrayal? We have no way forward, no way back, and I don't know how to fix it.